Hey Maz, hey everybody, it's the Maz and Mo show
Hey,
again.
buddy.
How are you, bud?
One step closer to the
Oh my
official
God,
announcement.
it's too much. Honestly, it's I just want it over with.
We never do it easy.
No, we don't, especially not today. What's your take on the match? Well, first of all, let's start with the other matches. I think
Quite
there's a good
except
result
yeah,
in one of them.
uh, except for the Arsenal and Ipswich, obvious Arsenal was gonna win this one.
Yes.
The margin I didn't expect it. I thought that Ipswich will put a little bit fight, will score a goal probably, but anyway, it's just confirming the obvious. Arsenal is doing rehearsals for the Champions League. Even with this one, they're just elongating it, no more, no less.
Yes, but what I mean, I was surprised he put all the big boys in it.
Yeah, I think he
I
wants them to
mean,
get back in shape and form.
yeah, what do you think of the red card? I thought it was a
Uh,
definite red. No, it was a stupid challenge from behind. I think it was good that Saka wasn't really injured. I mean, maybe there's a bit of a
yeah,
knock still, but that could have really caused major damage. Maz, I think
yeah, it was a
they were lucky.
reckless. It was a reckless.
It
The
was
fact,
very
yeah.
reckless and nowhere near the ball. Very late also. Just pathetic. But again, I can't understand what Arteta's trying to do.
Well,
You had
let's
Rice,
yeah.
Odegaard, what's his name, Saka, and Martinelli all on the pitch.
Well, let's put it this way, Mo. Would you rest all? Let's say if Liverpool was in the Champions League and there's nothing to play for, would you rest all the players, especially when you haven't got a game in 3, 4 days in the Champions League? I would rest them 3, 4 days before the match, the Champions League match, not a
True.
week
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. He's got a week. Maybe next week he might rest those guys, but
Yeah,
definitely not
I
this
think so.
week. It makes sense. No, it just makes sense. It's my problem is you've got this horrible injury list this
Yeah.
season, okay? And the way things are going, they're not really going your way. You lost Partey in the last Champions League match. So can you afford to lose anyone else? I don't think they can, especially not against PSG. I mean, PSG have proven to be a real thorn in everyone's side. The black stallion of the whole tournament, right? I
Yeah.
mean, they didn't start off really well, but now all of a sudden they're picking up steam. Now, again, anyway, it's 3 points. It makes sense for him to go for it. It keeps the momentum going for his team. They scored 4 goals, so that also gives them a bit more of confidence because they haven't really been scoring many lately, besides um, the game against Real Madrid. And yeah, I mean, well deserved, really. You got to hand it to them; they did really well. Maybe the red card came at the really it made it way more easier for them in my books
Yeah.
because they were 2-0 up by then. Anyway, great goals though. The first two goals were really well played, I thought, especially the first one.
Sure.
I think was it the first one that Martinelli scored? I think
I
it was the
think,
first one.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really well played from Moreno.
No, no, the first one was the toss-out one, and then
Oh, sorry,
Martinelli
yes.
scored
Then
the
the
second.
second one, it was that one was, I
Yeah.
mean, sure class. Honestly, Arsenal of old, really.
No, they are, and I think if they go and buy a decent striker in the summer, yeah, that they will be the team to watch.
Next season, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
If
definitely.
I
Uh,
think they've learned the lesson, they will dig deep into the market. They will add to the depth of the squad, especially with defenders, because Saliba and Gabriel, it's always one of them are injured. Strikers, definitely they will buy a striker. So I think next season they will be in the mix. If City will not get back to their levels, I think in my books they will be my favorite, not Liverpool.
no, me too. I think as we've touched up on this, Liverpool season. I mean, next season, there's a major rebuild. But there's one
Uh,
thing. Anyway, we'll get back to Liverpool later. But
yeah,
I think Arsenal's, yeah. And they've got to win it next year. I don't think they even have.
Look,
Um,
it all depends on the Champions League this year. If he goes and wins it, yes, that cements his place as a legend. Otherwise, one FA Cup in 5 6 years with Unai's team, actually, it wasn't his team, is not really enough to put Arteta in the on the level of legends of the game. It's not enough.
he'll cement his place in Arsenal history at least, right? I
Yeah,
mean, first
as
manager to bring it home.
yeah, if he wins it. If he doesn't win
If, of
it,
course.
yeah, triple the second. I don't know if that's that you get an award for that, or maybe
No,
you
no,
go to the.
no.
May I don't know. I think I'm not really sure. I need to dig into that. Do you get into the Guinness record book? Because this is the only team in the Premier League area where they finished second 3 seasons
Seasons in a
in a
row.
row. I think they're the only team, right? So at
Yeah,
least he
this
achieved
season,
something.
this season they were unlucky. I mean, really, they were
Yeah,
with injuries. They were unlucky. They threw away a few points due to I
yeah.
don't know
Look,
stupid mistakes, but
this
yeah,
is part of football. Remember when Salah got injured when playing the Champions League final against Ramos? If he would have stayed, we would have won that cup definitely.
yeah,
But it
definitely,
didn't happen.
yes.
It's part of the fabric of football, and he knows it
Um,
better than the rest. He can only blame himself. He went and bought Jesus, and he went and bought
100%.
Chavez, and then the guy was injured in the Dubai training camp, and they've got all January to do something. They didn't. They chose not to do, and they paid the price. I feel sometimes, yes, even when logic appears, you get some decisions from the upper management, and this, kills your whole momentum. That was
But
from
it's
the
not
upper
Arteta.
management. It's
It's
not
not
Arteta.
Arteta.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I
It's the
think it was the
management.
owners in January. But you know what? Still, I do believe I mean, the rest of the teams fear Arsenal more than anyone else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If
I
you
mean, to me,
definitely,
yeah, and I mean, when you're coming against Arsenal, you're gonna think twice, right?
yeah,
As whoever team's left. I mean, it's Barcelona. You've got PSG, of course. First of all, it's first hurdle, and then either Barcelona or Inter in the final. But again, it's not. This one's a tougher task, if you ask me.
yeah.
Way tougher than Real Madrid.
Now, way tougher, yes. But if you watch the Aston Villa match against PSG, the last
Good point.
15 minutes, Aston Villa dominated. This was the
The whole
only
second
time
half, really.
I
But
ever
yeah,
seen PSG like this. They were
no.
dominated. Usually they have the position. Usually that's what they do. They pass the ball, but Aston Villa was all over them.
Two passes, and they were away. Yes, it was
So
a really good match of football.
yeah,
Unfortunately
so
for Aston Villa,
Arsenal
they didn't go
Arsenal
through.
really has a good chance to go through. I remember, I mean, they went to penalties with Liverpool. They didn't really win in the aggregate. It was only penalties, and they were extremely lucky in the second leg, as
Oh,
much as we were extremely lucky in the first. So they,
yes, Kwanzaa's effort should have gone in. Really,
yeah,
there was a few really good saves from Donnarumma, who unfortunately woke up that game, but
yeah,
Arsenal could win it. Let's put it that way. I mean,
yeah,
if Arsenal had their heads screwed on straight that day and not get carried away with the result before, they could win it easily. I mean, in my books, it's them and Barcelona in the final. But having said that, I mean, I'm not ruling out Inter Milan either. I mean, they did really well against Bayern Munich.
Uh, if anything, I don't feel Barcelona is the finished article yet. I watched
Really, I'm
them.
worried then.
No, I watched pretty much a lot of games. They're not really they're beautiful team to watch. They play beautiful football, but they're not really solid. And you see it in the La Liga. You can easily score two or three against them.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they wait for this moment of magic from Rafinha or Lamal, and then they score. There are always goals in them, no doubt,
Yes.
but they leak goals also.
True. Yes, that's true.
And the thing is
That's
that
true.
when you play a team like Inter Milan or Arsenal, they're solid defensive. You won't score 4 goals against them. But if you leak a couple, that's it. You're done.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to keep it tight with Barcelona. You have to keep it tight at the back.
Well,
You can.
how about the second match? Tell me the puzzle of Chelsea because I couldn't figure out what is Chelsea till now. The
Me
second half.
neither. Me neither. I mean, such a surprise, being 1-0 down and then second half turning it around in the last minute to come back from 1-0 down against a good Fulham side. I mean, honestly,
No,
they've been kind of solid, really. But why would you throw it away in the 93rd minute, was it?
yeah, but again, they didn't deserve it. Yes, they turned it around, but if you look all over all the 90 minutes, they didn't deserve it. It puzzles me how Chelsea plays. I mean, this is not the system I think what the manager wants them to play because they played it in the first half. They did well actually, but now if you look at how they play, it's pretty much Palmer. Give the ball to
But
Palmer and he'll create something.
Maz, that's that. I don't think the Chelsea fans want to hear that really, because if he's
Uh,
like Amorim that has one idea and he's pasting it
no,
copy pasting it every single match, then next season he's going to be
no,
like
Amorim.
Tottenham and United.
Look, Amorim is one of a kind.
Okay, sorry.
I
Yes, it's
mean, we're
true.
talking about Mashaka, and he's fighting for the top five. United is. We'll talk about United when we come to the Wolves. Let's go back
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
Chelsea one. I didn't think that Chelsea deserved to win, but anyway, it's good for them. They given the result 3 points. Without Champions League next season, I don't think they will collapse financially because they do have the ways to go around the system. But the longer you stay away, the harder it is to get back. And with Newcastle, let's say City is back next season, Aston Villa is always in the mix. It's not an easy task for them. By the way, it's not an easy task now because
Yeah, but
it's
I'm
not
looking at this,
guaranteed.
Maz.
I mean, if
Nottingham
Nottingham Forest,
Forest.
if they can win tomorrow, that's a big boost for Nottingham Forest.
Yes. Yes.
It will
That
be. I
I
would.
agree with that.
The
Yes.
point that they were lucky, both of them, Chelsea and Forest, Aston Villa wasted a lot in the first half of the season. Otherwise, they would have been way above in the table. No way to catch them. But Aston Villa has a catch-up game. I do think with Unai they will snatch the fifth place. The thing is that will Chelsea or Nottingham Forest be with the other one? I don't know. Probably
Um,
Chelsea.
I'm
Probably
looking
Chelsea.
their next match, Aston Villa's next match is Man City, so that's a tough one. And then Chelsea have got Everton at home. Now, Ch with Chelsea, as you said, you don't know what you're gonna get,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
They
it
might they
depends
might
on
go
how
on,
they
yeah. Yeah, they might go and
exactly
win it 3-0 or they might lose it.
exactly. And with City, Aston Villa, I do believe that's going to be a game to watch next week. And
Yeah.
you know what? I have a feeling that Nottingham Forest is done and dusted. I don't think they'll. I mean, if they don't win tomorrow, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Even a draw tomorrow is going to dent their hopes because Tottenham are not in a really good place at this point, and it's 3 points for the taking, really, against.
Yeah. I think there's a technical issue because I'm not hearing you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I was saying was, I think Chelsea. It's between Chelsea and Aston Villa. I think Nottingham Forest is out of it.
Well, on paper, yes, I thought they will be out of it. On paper, they have the easiest run, but again, I don't think they have the energy left to reach to the final stages with the top five. I don't think they will drop out of it. Tottenham, yes, you can give it a go. You can win, but you can lose. Then after the semi-final, after they reach the semi-final, maybe that's a boost for them, for the whole team. Maybe they will go at it. Nothing to play for in the league. I mean, they're even worse than the United. Uh, but for both of them and United, it's the Europa League. It's the Holy Grail. I mean, if they go and win the Europa League, first of all, uh, that's a big, big trophy for Tottenham. Out of nothing, they've won a European Cup, plus the Champions League football. I mean, this changes everything. This shows you how football can be really strange, because without this, I mean, Anje just a dead man walking. No way he's
He
gonna
is a
stay.
dead man walking. I think this is what's keeping him alive
Yeah,
at this point.
if he wins it, he stays. He's a legend of Tottenham because I
Of course, you're not going
I
to get rid of him after
I
winning that.
I don't remember any name of a managers who actually won something for Tottenham. This is how fair it was in
How bad it is.
2008. I don't know who was it back then.
Was it Johan? What's his name? Mole? Or I've forgotten the name.
The
I used,
Dutch.
the Dutch guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Shoot, I
yeah.
can't remember his name. I think it was him, wasn't it? And then
I don't
he
know.
fell off for the. I mean, they were almost relegated, and Harry Redknapp came in and saved the
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
wasn't it?
That's typical Tottenham.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I feel for the fans. I feel sorry for the fans. I really do. I mean, I, I don't want to remember
Yeah.
the dark days of when we were, that
But
stage
yeah,
after
but
Rafael Benitez.
we were never that bad.
No,
This is
no,
just few months with Hudson,
I know,
and
but
after
still, we weren't that
yeah,
bad, Maz. Come on,
Yeah,
we weren't that bad.
Tottenham is Tottenham. You know,
Yeah, they're
Tottenham.
unique. They could be competing for what they were competing for first, beginning of last season. They were top of the league for like a couple of
Even
weeks.
yeah, even the fans have songs against themselves. You know, this
I
is how they
know.
entertain them. Credit to them. They always follow their team, but they only get heart pain from it. United and Wolves.
I told you, Maz, I was watching Arsenal, and when they went 2-0 up and red card, I was like, you know what? I need to cheer myself up. So I switched to the United game. And
You,
I swear to God, Maz, I was watching it. I couldn't see Wolves score. I mean, where's the goal going to come from? Cunha, yes, I understand, but there was nothing much done. But on the other hand, I see United's attempts. There are a few good ones here and there. Garnacho trying huff and puff and all that stuff. But then I ask myself the same question: where's the goal coming from? Because Fernandez wasn't in, and then the minute he puts him in, they get a free kick.
I mean,
And what a free kick, man! Honestly, I mean, I swear to God, we're talking about Rice's free kick. Great free kick. Rice is way better, but this one, I don't understand when you put a man behind the line on the pitch, okay, behind the wall. Why don't you jump? I mean, you're the wall, right?
yeah.
Why didn't the wall jump? It didn't jump in the middle. So there were like 4 or 5 players. So the two in the middle didn't jump, but the two on the edges did. And that's exactly where the ball went. And it's pathetic. And you know what? If you're depending on Onana saving that,
No,
I mean, I'm
but yeah,
sorry.
no, but he couldn't save that one.
No way. No way.
He couldn't
If he
save that
was
one.
standing there, he wouldn't
Yeah,
even save
no,
it,
he
Maz.
couldn't save that one.
Yeah, I I have a question for you in regards to United. I heard something today, and I'm not sure that it's recent. I believe it's from last year, but could you confirm it? This it seems Onana was really upset because they gave them 25% pay cuts when they didn't play Champions League football this season, and he brought his agent over to negotiate that. And then I'm like, hold on, but didn't he knock them out of the Champions League last season himself
Yeah,
with those
it's because of him they're not playing Champions League.
exactly. So maybe he's the only one that should get the
Yeah.
25% pay cut. And he was trying to negotiate that because he wasn't happy with it. I mean, keep your mouth shut for God's sakes.
No, this guy is the luckiest on earth. I swear to God. Look, uh,
Van Nistelrooy's lucky
he
and
was
Vincent Company's lucky.
he was accused of doping when he was at Ajax. He took some steroids. I don't know what else. He was banned for a few months. He didn't play half a season. He came back at the end of the season. He ran his contract with Ajax, so he went for free to Inter Milan. That's how he said thank you to Ajax. And then with Inter Milan, he went with his national team to the AFCON, and in the AFCON he didn't like the manager. He had a disagreement with him. He just booked a plane, left the team, left the tournament, and went back to Milan. Just left the tournament, left the team in the middle of the tournament. He didn't like it. He went back, and then he got his agents got his offer from Ten Hag, and then he started to threaten Inter Milan. I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play. And they got 50 million and they shipped him. This is his story in a nutshell.
52 million for him. Anyway, I think the number of times we've mentioned Onana
No, yeah. I
at
mean,
United, it's like incredible. He did do one good save, but no, my problem is even the good saves that he
he's not
does.
reliable.
No, no, no. It's like some of the saves, there's goalkeepers that would try to control the ball, even if it's hit really strong, like Allison does it a few times, Vicario does it, Sa does it, Sells does it definitely. But Onana, it's coming straight at you. You're not even stretching. Okay. And he always parries it out into a danger area where it comes back or it goes out for a corner. These I don't understand. I mean, you're supposed to be a top goalkeeper. There's certain footballs that come at you, unless, of course, they change direction last minute and then you save it. But there's the others that go right through him. It's like he's a ghost at that point. Anyway, I'll be surprised that they don't change him next season.
No, I think he's gone. They'll change him. But again, how many plays do they need? I'd reckon 7, 8. United, if they want to
I'm
really do a rebuilding of that team, I think 7, 8 players at least.
well,
What they have a
who
lot of
who
bang average players, a lot in that team.
100%. Yeah, 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 I agree. I mean, they need a striker
Yeah.
definitely because Hoyland, I don't think is the finished article.
No, he's not.
They
Zirkzee
need
is
a
okay. I'll give him a chance. They need another winger. I mean, Ahmad is still young. You can't put all and everything on his shoulders. Moreno is good in the middle. Fernandez is okay, but again, you need depth. We as Liverpool know how important the depth is. The defense, yeah, that's a puzzle because they got this new guy, the Dogo. I'm not sure I haven't seen anything that really. He's a wow player. He's okay. He's a decent player. Uh,
squad player more than he is a starting 11, I think. Euro, he's sorry.
Euro has potential, but he's not a 50 million player. Definitely not a 50 million. But anyway, he's going to stay because of the price tag. I feel Maguire is gone. They're going to sell him. Shaw is gone. Definitely.
Yes.
The goalkeeper is gone. So we got, I think, yeah, 6, 7 at least players to bring them back to have a decent team that will be in the mix for the top 8. Not top 3, not top 4, definitely not. Unless they go and I don't know from where they get the cash. They're gonna splash the cash and they'll bring these world star players. And even then, I'm not sure they will fit the system of Amovium. This is how it's very rigid. The playing with 3 defenders. What he does is really demanding. You either got the right players or you'll be exposed.
Yeah, but come the end of the season, the way he plays, he fixes his team. He doesn't change it much. He just does the changes. I mean, the starting 11 is most of the time fixed.
Yeah.
So by the end of the season, those you're going to lose those legs. If it not the first year, definitely the second and third, right? I mean, I'm thinking because club system was demanding, but the thing that kind of helped Klopp a bit was that there was a not the best backup, but there was okay players that could do. Like Shaqiri came in for a few games and did well. Who else? Lallana, maybe not. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was, I mean, okay in the midfield at certain points. Curtis Jones kind of rose up to the challenge. We had Matip and Konate and what's his name? You had a bit of depth compared to what United have. It's either their starting 11 or very young players. So, it's either the experience versus
But no, I
young
don't.
talent.
The club changed and tweaked his system continuously. It's always 2, 3 seasons, and then he changes the system. You feel it. They change the way they play. The first season was totally different. The second, he continued, and then he changed on the third season, were a little bit different. And after we won the Premier League, he changed after the injuries. What happened that season? The team always changes. Um, but what happens with Klopp? He plays to the strengths of the players, and if
Hmm.
one of the players has weaknesses, there's always a cover up. So, for example, we always had certain weaknesses when Trent and Robo used to go forward, and you see that Fabinho and Henderson will always cover. Now, this is not happening with United, although Casemiro is old, but he's not that bad. He's not, he's old, yes. He's not a 60, 50 million player, but he can still do the job if he's taught well. Same as with Fernandez, same as with the others. You need to analyze and see how you can cover the weaknesses of your team. That's not happening. He's really
Exposing them.
yeah, you're throwing them into the middle of fire. You're telling them what to do, but they're not capable to do it. So you need to find a system to cover up for this one. That's not happening. So is he a good manager? I don't think so. In my books, he's not a good manager, even if the team is not good, because Ten Hag was not a good manager, according to United fans. But still, they were the worst. They were in seventh, eighth. This is, the worst where you can get
Right.
with Ten
He
Hag.
came in second first season, didn't he?
But now,
Was
look at them now. I mean, 13, 14, 15.
Maz, they've
Uh,
lost
uh,
14
uh,
games.
and
They've
you
lost
have
14 games and
this
they've
is
won 12, I think.
don't tell me that the team is not good. Yeah, the team is not good, but it's not for the 15th place. Definitely not. Definitely not. So is
Would
he a
you?
good manager? I don't know. I would sack him.
I agree. I mean, even the win, we talked about them winning. I mean, credit to them. They came back, scored 3 goals in
No,
four
it
five
wasn't.
minutes.
It wasn't because of the
But
tactics. It's the pressure played
exactly,
into Leon,
exactly.
and they conceded 2 goals. It's not because of the tactics. And by the way, yeah, it's because maybe the resilience, the spirit in them, the fans were at that moment. But to go and always do it all the season, yes, I would say okay, there's something in the team. But here and then you get one of these comebacks. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't say the manager was genius, because if the manager was genius, how would you throw away a 2-0? To concede 4 times with 10 men down. I mean, that's shambles.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Yes, I agree. And
Oh,
also, like today it was home,
yeah.
right?
They're
And
really
it
flat.
was only 1-0 against a sorry, Wolves were flat compared to some of the games that they played.
Wolves didn't play anywhere near what they played in Anfield 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. And
They,
that's what
they
I'm
were,
talking about. Last 10 minutes, you don't have this sense that United will score. Uh, that's what I thought at
yeah.
least. And it's you know what? I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it. I don't know what United fans think about it. Of course,
Well,
hearing two Liverpool Scousers or Liverpool supporters talk about this is, of course, it's not going to make them happy. But what do they think? Do they think it's bullshit what we're saying, or do they see
now,
otherwise?
yeah, let's hear from them. I'm hearing a lot going into let's give him another season, or at least give him a chance. I will go for that also,
Of
because
course, of course.
I
Yes,
don't,
you can't
I
sack
don't,
him
I
now.
don't, yeah, I would, because as a manager, I don't see that you have a solution. The solution is not to go and buy players. This is not the solution of a good manager. You look
No,
at the
you
system, you
get the
look at
best
what
out.
you had, but he's
Yeah.
not doing that. So to keep throwing the blame on the players, they're not good enough. That's not a sign of a good manager.
No, I agree.
Anyway, I would love him to stay, because I think if they don't win the Europa Cup and they don't have the Champions League with that money, it's really a challenging task to rebuild the team with the players which he wants. So we'll have another fun season with United.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest.
Yeah. Now we'll finish with Liverpool. They don't really make anything easy.
No.
They're not in the festive mood, definitely.
Well,
They did well enough to. By the way, uh, if you watch the game again and again, and if somebody told you that this ended 5-1 is fair result because of the amount of chances Liverpool wasted. They've hit the post like 4 times, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazingly,
It's
both halves. Mo did it. At a point, I started to believe, okay, this is one of these matches. The ball won't go in. Even with the
yeah.
goal of Trent, there were 3 attempts on that incident, and still they cleared it off the line. I thought, okay, this is one of these games. The ball just won't go in.
It reminds me of the Fulham game. Or you remember when Trent scored the winner? It's the same thing. It keeps going into close to the line and coming back out and all that
Yeah,
stuff. It, look, the start, the first 5 minutes, I said this is going to be a goal fest. Okay,
yeah,
when Mo Salah had those couple of chances, I was like, okay, they're seeing things. They're finding the problems where Leicester's very vulnerable, and they're exposing it. But then all of a sudden, after a couple of misses here and there, Gakpo started to fall back. The change came in, bringing Jota on. Jota did kind of create a bit of problems for them, but I felt before the changes, when Leicester made the changes, they became way better.
yeah,
They were going for it. They did have a good couple of chances. They had, in fact, a good chance in the first half, even, but it became flat. Then we made the changes. That's where we kind of, okay, it's when Alexander-Arnold came in and Harvey Elliott is where we really started to show that we got back on top, let's finish him off. But
yeah.
unfortunately that didn't happen. It was just one goal. And I sorry,
Listen up.
Maz, I got your message at the time, but I was thinking exactly what you were thinking. The way he celebrated tells me he's staying.
Yeah. Part of me was really happy because I looked at him. I thought that is a signal. It's a sign. I'm
It
staying.
was in my books. If I were in the well, I was just watching it from home, and I had a feeling that he was telling me that I'm
Yeah,
staying, guys.
yeah.
I'm part of this. I wish it was true,
I hope so. It's
and
not
I
over.
don't think
Well, it's not
I just
over
have a
till
feeling
the.
it will be, Maz.
Yeah, I think after Salah and Van Dijk, I think there is a fair chance as long as he hasn't signed. I don't think he has signed.
No, he hasn't signed yet.
And I think
Definitely he
you
hasn't.
can always change your heart. Look at Steven Gerrard. At the last moment, he changed his heart, and he's a scouser. So yes, fingers crossed. I hope he stays.
It's
Uh,
going to be a big boost, Maz.
yeah, definitely. We
Believe
need.
me, even for him, the fans are going to go even crazier than having Van Dijk and Mo Salah signed because they thought he was going.
Yeah, I mean
I don't know.
everybody's waxing lyrics because, and rightly so, because especially Salah, he refused those big contracts from Saudi, and Trent, if he goes and stays, he rejected Real Madrid with a lot of money, but he rejected them. That says something. That's the type of players like Steven Gerrard, these type of players who go and reject Real and Barca, and they don't care about names. They stay with their boyhood clubs. If I was him, I would sign, not just because I'm a Liverpool fan or he's a Scouser, but I have a feeling that give Slot another season. Let's see how he develops you. The guy still inherited the team of Klopp. He hasn't stamped his identity yet on that team yet.
Yes.
I think what he has done in Netherlands, at least, he's a manager that goes and tweaks even how these players play. This is how he's known. He looks at the individual performances, and he starts to give even for each player how he should move, position, or play. This is what he's known here. So give him another chance, another season, and let's see. Let him get his right tools. I think Liverpool can only go forward with the right recruitment. Look. Let's agree on something. It won't get worse than Nunez and Jota now. Anyone who will
No,
come
no
will be
way, no.
better.
No,
So
no.
so that's
No.
10, 15 goals in the back. It won't get
Yes.
worse than, sorry, with all due respect, that Simiskas and Robertson. Anyone who will come will do better. So we will reduce like 5, 6 goals, which we conceded. So all these are points. I'm thinking, or yeah, I'm hoping that it can only go forward.
Yes, but it's not only that, Maz. The difference this season, 4 or 5 teams didn't do well. Arsenal was doing okay, not as their normal. So you've got that, and you have to think about the only thing that could prove your point is that Man City needs a bit of a rebuild, okay? Because they're going to lose some key players this season. Gundogan is one, De Bruyne is another. They haven't really solved the issue up front. Although they do still have Haaland. Well, maybe yeah, maybe no, that's a
Yeah,
mistake. No, they've
look,
got good firepower up front, but
look, they will
it's the
be in the
midfield where
mix.
they lack.
No, they will be in the mix. That's normal.
Yes,
It's the
definitely.
Premier League. But let me ask you this one. We've got now 79 points. If I would tell you we'd have a decent striker, okay, and if I would tell you I'll have a decent left back, because Robertson literally cost us like few points,
Okay,
literally. What do you think? I think we would have been on probably 85, 86 points. The
maybe
rest of
more.
the team is okay. This is what I'm saying. If you get the right players, if there will be a budget, I hope so. There will be a budget to buy a couple of not a couple, 3 or 4 players to buy another number 6 who will be not a backup, who will play with Gravenberg because he played a lot. There's a lot of load. I think we can get better from here. Keep
L-
Allison.
Liverpool is going to get better. How much better is a different thing. And when he starts to implement his ideas, there will be a drop at the beginning of the season, Maz. The
Maybe.
only issue is, yeah, you have to think about what the other teams are going to do. Chelsea, I don't see them as being wow next season. They need a bit of time to figure themselves out. Arsenal definitely will be in the mix. Man City will be in the mix. United, not sure. And Aston Villa will definitely be in the mix next season. I mean, these 3, 4
Yeah,
teams,
yeah. I would say it's going to be a three-horse race. Still, City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Aston Villa will be in the mix, but it's not a team that's going to fight for the title till the end. I mean, by the way, that's if they're going to go and buy Rashford and Asensio, which is a huge ask for them. According to Onay, it's a big challenge for them to go and buy them. I don't know if it's money or if it's something else. Don't forget they splashed a lot of money lately on players. If they
true.
if
Yeah,
they lose those two, because those two are on loan, if they lose them, I don't
I
know.
don't, to be honest, Maz, I don't think Rashford is the solution.
No, but he makes them better.
He played better with them than he did with United, but I think if they splash the cash on someone that's a new talent that's coming up and he fits in perfectly,
If
like
if he fits it,
Rodgers before him and what's
yeah.
his name, the guy that left, I think they'll be a force to reckon with. They're
I
very
I
solid at the back. They've
I
got a very good
yeah.
goalkeeper.
I don't.
Okay.
I just don't see them a team lifting the Premier League, so they're not going to be in
Uh,
the mix.
Lifting is a whole different ball game, but
Yeah,
would they
I
be
see.
competing up until December? I think so.
Yeah, they will be in the top 5, 6, not in the top three. I still think Arsenal will definitely be there. City will be back definitely. Pre-season new players, he'll get them in shape. Guardiola, I think
Well,
so.
they've got the charges. That has to be sorted out first, right?
Yeah, they will get a fine. This is City, you know.
Yeah, true.
You punish an ultra rich club with fines. I mean, how ironic.
Very true.
How ironic.
Honestly,
They breached the
yeah.
financial rules, so yeah,
So let's find. Let's
let's
give him a
find them.
fine.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah. Just stab him where it hurts. Um, you know what? Happy days. I can't say anything else. Anything to add, buddy?
No, I think we're done today. Thank you,
Thank
Mo.
you very much, Bud.
We'll see
Really
you
would
next week.
appreciate the comments. We do answer all of them.
Yeah,
And keep 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 your eyes out for the competition that Maz and I will do
yeah,
fairly soon. Okay.
yeah.
All right,
Cheers,
buddy.
buddy. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Take
Bye
care.
bye. You
See
too.
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye.